story of Jaguar football will continue on in 2025 this fall, and to represent that team are a couple of the captains. We've got Abe Bruggeman over there on the far side, and Gavin Grochow right here. Guys, first of all, what does it mean to be a captain of Jaguar football? You've got 4 of the 5 head coaches in history right over there. But Abe, we'll start with you. To be a captain of such a legendary program, what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it means a whole lot. I mean, the coaches, they're very important. You could tell that they really care about just building the man. And, you know, football is a very important part of being a part of the sport, but building the man is, you could tell it's their main focus, and it's really nice to see. And just coming in as a freshman early on, seeing Jackson Donnelly and just guys like that, the big captains, learning from them and just seeing what high school football is all about was a real fun experience. Learned a lot about it.
Yeah, kind of to piggyback off of Abe there, I mean, coaches are big on, like, turning us into young men. Like, that's definitely a big thing that they're about. Like, it's not just the game, it's developing us into who we're going to be after high school, which I really think that just throughout these 4 years that I've had, I've definitely been developed into a completely different person through the coaches and the leaders that I've had.
Yeah, we heard coaches Tim Carlson and Woody Bachman talk about exactly that was one of their focuses. So how do you think they would receive that, to hear their 2 captains talk about player development and how it's such a big part of the program? I didn't ask you that. You just said that unscripted.
I mean, it's just how it is. The tradition here, it's the 8-10 with Bachman, passion, pride, and commitment with Carlson. Just being a captain, I mean, these guys mold you into mold you into great men. So being a captain, just taking the things that they tell you and all the things that you learn from them and all the traditions that we have, it's a real smooth transition. It's real easy to do if you just focus in, hone in on it, and follow what they say. They're real good mentors.
No, yeah, you like what Abe said with the smooth transition. You really never notice you turning into the man you're gonna be. It just happens over time with the coaches here and the staff. They're always there to support you. They're always there for you to talk, whatever, and just a lively basis. They're just always there to be. They're there just for you. I mean, it's a great coaching staff.
It's an exciting fall, too, guys. Right over there, I'm sure you've seen it, the new stadium. It's coming. The dirt's being moved right now. How excited are you to be the first senior class to play in what is certain to be an amazing facility?
Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, pulling in, driving in, coming into captain's practices, and then the first OTA, just seeing the construction start up, it gets you real motivated to go to practice. And, it's just real fun that it's now on campus, maybe hopefully getting a lot more kids out, just a lot easier of a commute. So I think the energy will be there, and it'll be a lot of fun.
What do you think that first home game is going to be like, Gavin? I'm sure the stands and all the areas that can be populated, even on the grass on the hill, are going to just be full of Jaguar fans. I'm sure it's going to be an electric night.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm just kind of expecting, walking out to that first game, stands are going to be packed. I mean, parking lot's going to be packed. And it's going to feel like a completely different vibe, a different game that I've, never played in before.
And, yeah, usually Jefferson games are packed at Bloomington Stadium. It's not like the stadiums are half full there, so it's just going to be crazy to even see more support from the community. How cool is that to have that support from that community?
I mean, it's a whole lot of fun. All the people coming in and just supporting you and giving you all the help that they can. I mean, like they talked about before with the Wounded Warrior Project and Tackle Cancer, the coaches really emphasize working on the community, and what you give, you get. So the help that they bring is amazing, and we help them because they help us so much.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off Abe again. I mean, what you give the community is going to give back to you. So, of course, helping the community is one of a huge thing. So I know that first game is going to be a different type of vibe.
How cool would it be to get a W in that first home game? How much added extra motivation to get that win for the fans? No game is ever easy, but how cool would that be to have that first game be a victory?
That'd be amazing. I mean, all the work we're putting in, that's the outcome we really want. And new stadium, I mean, new home jerseys. So we'll be wearing new jerseys when we're in that first home game. It'll be just amazing to just see a real big change in the environment around us, but not a change in just the players we are and community we have.
Give us a little sneak peek into this year's squad. What are some of the strengths of this year's 2025 football team?
We're going to be a young team for sure. Our senior class isn't the biggest. It's probably one of the smallest ones I've ever seen from Jefferson football. But definitely with these younger kids, they have so much developed to happen. And with how much development I've seen already happen this season, I know we're going to be a solid class with how young we are.
Yeah, like you said, with the younger guys, we had our first OTA yesterday, and throughout the captain's practice and stuff, we've had real high attendance throughout once the summer started. So it's just been amazing. The young guys are real eager. Yesterday, I was at a practice. I was just watching the coaches, and I heard a kid say, "Make sure you get your reps in, because that's how you're going to learn." And it was a freshman, and I just loved hearing that. The kids are real eager to learn. Just being a leader, like being a captain, that's really what you want to hear. It's just everybody just all inclusive and really wanting to learn and get better.
Who were some of the guys you looked up to when you first started playing Jaguar football that showed you the way and the culture, and now you're taking the reins from them? But who were some of those influential players in your lives?
Definitely Jackson Donnelly. He was a senior when I was a freshman, I believe, sophomore maybe. And then also Malachi Sorensen. We've got his younger brother Judah is on our grade. Just being around those guys, actually pretty funny. People say I have a lot of comparisons to them out because we wear the same number, and they say we look alike under the helmet. But it's just real fun, just taking what the guys like that, Jackson Donnelly, Malachi Sorensen, Jaden Schold, last year's captain, Max Erb, Abe Hughley, Gabe Sturz, all those guys. You just pick parts of their captainship and parts of their leadership, and it really helps you just getting a message across to the younger guys.
Yeah, for me, some of those older guys when I was a freshman, like Frank Arth, Jackson Donnelly again. When I was a sophomore, Ben Thorman, he was a senior. That senior class was, with that team and that senior class, the leadership was different. I mean, I just looked up to all those guys. I mean, throughout the summer when we were preparing for that season, I was getting the amount of help that I needed to become the player that I am. And I think if I wasn't getting pushed as hard as I was because of those seniors, I wouldn't be the player that I am today.
Another person that has had a big influence in your life is your friend Ethan Glenn. Unfortunately, not able to play football anymore. Abe, start with you. Just talk about Ethan and the impact he's had on your life. I still drive, when I'm driving through Bloomington, I still see Ethan Glenn signs up in the community. Just talk about his impact.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane, the unfortunate event that happened, but seeing the way that he bounced back from it and the strength he had mentally, and, just being around him as a friend, we were real close up until that event, still through it. It's just seeing, you knew he was a strong kid, so seeing him push through and have all the support that he had, and his older brother Parker Durkin, both of those guys, just real big mentors in my life. Just they're really good people to look up to, and I learn so much from every single time I hang out with them. We hang out, I go down, drive down to his house. It's only like a 3-minute drive, and almost every time I walk away with a new lesson.
Yeah, I grew up with Ethan and Parker, and I mean, they live a block away, so I mean, Ethan was my best friend growing up, and after that happened, I didn't know what life was going to be like, but the way that he bounced back and the way that he took that impact and that event, it kind of changed me to think about how I take difficult scenarios and stuff in my life. Because the way, from talking to Ethan, he knows, he can't do anything about it. I mean, it happened, it's done. He's just got to work harder to get back and get the strength that he can get back from whatever he lost.
What were some of those conversations you had with him, Gavin, following his injury, and how do you think he's been able to stay so positive? Maybe not 100% of the time, but as positive as he has been throughout all of that's happened.
Yeah. So after his accident, I went to a hospital and met him as soon as possible. I think it was it was definitely less than a week later, and he was still breathing tubes and stuff like that. We weren't able to vocally communicate, but I could tell through his eyes and the way that he was looking at me, like I knew everything was going to be okay. And once he got out to Craig Hospital in Colorado, I flew out there and hung out with him and for around a week, and I experienced about what his life is going to be like. I did some training to like know how to help him and stuff, and like just know that he's going to get through it, and he's such a hard worker, and his mindset is completely different than anybody else would be with that.
Yeah, to go off what he said, as soon as he came back here from Craig Hospital down in Colorado, I went up there and flew up, and he had a gaming system that he was able to play while with his mouth, and we played a game of Madden, and he actually beat me. So, just even at the disadvantages that he had and the hardship that he had, he was just smiling through it all. We had a great time, learning about what he had to do with his life moving forward and how he had to take certain things on. I mean, I saw him, and he was just attentive and learning everything he had to do, and he had a smile that entire time. And I kept thinking to myself, every time I left that hospital to go back and go to sleep, I was like, I don't know how he does it, because, I don't think I'm as mentally strong as him, and he's definitely helped me grow as a person, and doing amazing things that he does it's crazy.
Coach Bachman implemented the hashtag 810. What does that mean to you? It kind of links Jefferson history throughout several decades and eras all together with two pretty inspirational stories.
For sure. Like I said, with the traditions, we got the rock outside, and then the 810 roll Jags. Tom Burnett saying let's roll, Ethan saying roll Tide. It all comes together. It's kind of crazy, but it's just with all the traditions and all the sayings that we've got, there's so much motivation and so much help and support around you at all times. It's real easy to just hone in on what you want to do and be an amazing person in the community, on the football field, just giving it 100% because of how much support we have from everybody around us.
Yeah, with the 810, it's kind of like a react and response. I mean, whatever happens in your life, no matter good, bad, it's how you react and how you're going to move on from it. I mean, it's kind of crazy to me to think about with the roll Tide and let's roll, how those just come together, and none of it was planning, and it's kind of nuts how it all just comes together.